Welcome to the Summit. Thanks for stopping by today. Hi, I'm Joey McWilliams, and it is a privilege to get to visit today with the head football coach of the Jackson State Tigers, Coach John Hendrick. And Coach, the SWAC announced on Monday that the spring football schedule for 2021 has been set. It is a 6-game schedule. It's over a 9-week stretch, so you have an open date in there. I guess a little bit of flexibility just in case you need that. Also, there's a bye week, too, in case you want to watch a little basketball with the SWAC basketball championship going on during that time. What were your initial thoughts on this announcement?
Well, it's exciting, just to have your hope stoked with an opportunity to play. We're in a different normal for us. Usually we're preparing to play right now. And so it affects you mentally, it affects you emotionally not to be able to play. And to have the schedule announced and to have that glimmer of hope is big for myself and our staff and our football team. And hopefully we'll get a chance to tee it up and kick it off on the 27th of February. And hopefully we'll have an opportunity to put some fans in the stands.
I'll tell you what, I'm ready to watch some football, and I can wait till February 27th if that means that we get to see some played. Definitely. Of course, you mentioned that is your first weekend of football, and you have a home date against Mississippi Valley State. Now, prior to that, the league announced that there would be an 8-week training setup time during the early part of the spring and beginning in January. With that in mind, what does the fall look like right now? I know it's a different era. I would imagine strength and conditioning is always important, but you don't have to get kids ready to play at least for September games.
No, well, the biggest thing right now is that we've missed so much of it from spring being out in March that you kind of start from scratch a little bit. Make sure the kids are reacclimated to lifting and to that part of it, and to make sure that they take care of themselves weight wise, and they take care of themselves anaerobically and aerobically wise before you get your hands on them. And our kids are doing a good job of making sure they stay in shape. By and large, you're going to have some who are outliers, but for the most part, our kids have done a good job of making sure they run, doing some agility drills, doing the movement parts to change the direction, things that football entails. And so the lifting part, we're going to have to start a little bit from scratch just because they've been away from us for such a long period of time.
We're speaking now with John Hendrick, who's the head football coach of the Jackson State Tigers here on the Summit. And if you enjoy this content, please do consider subscribing to the channel Southeast Sports Net. Coach, talking about starting even from scratch at that point in time, I know you were able, very likely, to get the bulk of your recruiting done before everything came to a stop in March. You have some fresh faces, I'm sure, coming to campus. What's that been like for you, getting them acclimated now into the college field, those recruits and transfers?
Well, it's, that's always a big thing. The thing I think that helped us more than anything is that even during the time when we were away after signing day, we still had all our signees. We had the Zoom meetings. And we were able to show everybody film. We were able to teach the offense, the defense through Zoom. I mean, we had our coordinators met with them twice a week. Their position coach met with them twice a week. We had a special teams meeting every Monday. I met with them on Wednesdays evenings. And so we kind of tried to keep some semblance of normalcy with our operation. And so I think that all our kids that are in the program have a feeling for what we're doing offensively and defensively. Now it's just a matter of being able to go through walkthroughs and seeing face to face and being able to put it all together. And then hopefully sometime in January, get a chance to get out there and start running routes and backpedaling and together. I mean, as a football team, because right now we're not able to do that.
Well, you've had a chance now to look at that schedule, and when you do get things underway, it actually breaks down very symmetrically for you because you have a home and away, then the bye week, home and away, and the open date, another home and away, and a 6-game schedule there. Is there anything that stands out to you of what this looks like, trying to earn a spot there in that SWAC championship game?
Well, it's always competitive. We're competitive in each, and anybody will tell you that for the last 5 years in the SWAC, you got to go through Alcorn to be the champion. So, they're always going to be in the schedule now, and plus they're a rivalry game for us in state. So that's always big. And then, we have Grambling from the West, which is also sort of rivalry. I was telling a reporter earlier that, we're a little strange program. Usually you have one rival. But kind of at Jackson State, we're kind of rivals with Alcorn, rivals with Valley, we're a rival of Southern, and a rival of Grambling. So, we've got those guys on the schedule, and we only have the 6-game schedule now, but we're looking to add the 7th game in that April 3rd slot, and we'll get that done, and we'll have the full 7-game slate. So we'll have that 13th, that bye week for the SWAC tournament, basketball tournament, and then that bye week at the end of the season. Which will be the 24th, the week before the SWAC championship game.
Well, that sounds good. And Coach, I'll tell you what, if it's going to be a shortened schedule, and if you have that many rivalry games to get to play, the fans should have something enjoyable to get to watch with that. Coach, just as we wind down our time together, we're almost a year away from what would be the start of the 2021 fall schedule, if things play out then. And there's already been some mention of the Orange Blossom Classic in Florida. You would take on Florida A&M, who at that point would be a league rival there as well. So, I mean, even the foreseeable future looks like there's a lot of fun football for you all.
No doubt. And there's, even though Jackson State and Florida A&M haven't played a whole bunch throughout the history, I think maybe 9 or 10 times or so. It's been a rivalry because in '78, the thing that happened with the first playoffs and Florida A&M and Jackson State playing the game down to the wire, and it's a game that we're looking forward to playing. Coach Simmons does a great job over there at FAM, and we had an opportunity to go down there 2 years ago and play them in Tallahassee. We were fortunate enough to come away with the victory. And so I'm sure that it's going to be a hotly contested game. I'm sure that the stands and the people will be excited. I'm sure our people will be excited because the one thing that Jackson State fans do is travel. So I'm expecting to have a lot of our people at the game, and I'm expecting to be a knockdown, drag-out affair.
Well, Coach, success to you this season. I appreciate you taking time today to just get to talk about football for a little while. Schedule is set, the SWAC schedule set for spring of 2021, and the Tigers get things underway on February 27th. Again, a home matchup against Mississippi Valley State. Coach Hendrick, thank you so much for taking time with us today here on the Summit.